Good morning, guys and gals. Just want to jump on for a little bit and talk some comic book news. At first, if you're new to the channel, welcome to Comics and Sweet Tea. Uh, hope you enjoy what you see and you stick around with us. Hit that subscribe button. Uh, if you like it, drop a like. Ring that bell like you're standing in a tower with no pants. So get those notifications. Um, and yeah, whenever I go live or start a show or something, you'll automatically be notified and you can jump on and join us in chat. But anyway, just want to talk to you guys for a little while about some of the things going on. There's been some big news dropped just in the last couple days. First thing, we've got let's see what we've got here. What we want to talk about first. There he is, Robert Pattinson. Hold on, let me get this pulled up. Anyway, we've got a new rumor that claims to set the record straight whether Robert Pattinson will be the DCU's Dark Knight. The prospect of Robert Pattinson's Batman becoming the DCU's Dark Knight continues to dominate fan discussions. If it were to happen, it would require a great deal of compromise on the parts of both James Gunn and Matt Reeves, though last month saw the former confirm the idea has been discussed within DC Studios. There isn't necessarily anything in the Batman to stop it from retroactively becoming the first DCU movie, though how willing Pattinson is to potentially spend the next decade showing up in all manner of crossovers is hard to say. Ultimately, it doesn't seem very overly realistic. Syncing up with whatever we see in the Batman Part 2 with the Brave and the Bold, a story about the Cape Crusader training his son, Damian Wayne, as Robin, would be near impossible without a significant time jump. It goes on to say, unless Andy Muschietti's movie is scrapped, of course, for what it's worth, following yesterday's rumored DC Studios event for select press, skipper My Time to Shine has chimed in to say Robert Pattinson is 100% not the DCU Batman. A new actor will take that role. This isn't overly surprising, and with Reeves' sequel quickly taking shape, it's time for Gunn to get the Brave and Bold where it needs to be in the cast, and cast one of the DCU's most important roles, possibly in time for next September's Clayface movie. So, guys, what do you think? Would you? I mean, do you want Robert Pattinson to be the DCU's Batman? I mean, me personally, I love Robert Pattinson. I think he's a very good actor. I'm not sure that I want him to be the DCU's Batman. I mean, he would do a great job, but I think it would take away and kind of tarnish, the story that Matt Reeves is trying to tell with the Batman and in that upcoming trilogy. I'm not really sure if that would work too well. I mean, it would diminish it so badly. I'm not sure if it's even worth doing, but I mean, who knows? A lot of people like Robert Pattinson, myself included. I love a lot of his movies. He's an extremely talented actor, and I would love to see him go forth in the DCU as Batman. But let me jump over. If you guys are in the chat, Let's see. Jump in chat. Tell me what you think. Who would you like to see as Batman? A lot of people have said, maybe John Hamm. Me personally, I I think he's just a little too long in the tooth, and I mean that's okay. This is supposed to be an older Batman, but I think he needs to be at max early 30s, mid 30s, somewhere in there. You start getting into late 40s, early 50s. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how well that will work. Plus, he's got to be the DCU's Batman for the next 10, 15 years. If you if you go with somebody that's already, just say, in their late 40s, you're talking being Batman in your 60s by the time you're done. And I'm not saying that it couldn't be done. I'm just saying it's not practical. It's just really not. Um, but yeah, jump in the chat. Tell me what you think. If you're watching the show later on, be sure and tell me what you think, and I'll get back to you. We've got some more stories. Let's see. More. Let's see here. Wanted to throw that one in. That was kind of interesting. Um, a lot of people are really watching how this movie performs. Um, it did have a. It's kind of predicted 68% drop this weekend, but that's not horrible for a DC. I mean, for an MCU movie, but it's not great considering it only made around 200 million. Its global box office. So let's see. Uh, Earned 7.5 million on Friday for 25 to 30 million second weekend. Whoa, that's a little bit more than 68% drop off. But anyway, Captain America Brave New World is entering its second weekend in theaters, but Neon's The Monkey is proving to be stronger competition for the latest Marvel Studios blockbuster than expected. The horror movie starring She-Hulk star Tatiana Maslany is set to nab the indie distributor's second highest opening ever with an estimated $12 million to $14 million haul following a $5 million Friday. That means it will debut at number 2 with Captain America Brave New World remaining at number 1 as things stand. The blockbuster grossed 7.5 on Friday for a weekend likely to be somewhere between 25 and 30 million. That's a little lower than estimates from earlier this week, but those are always a little off one way or the other. Should Captain America Brave New World end the weekend with around 29 million, that will be a 67% decline for a running 10-day total of 142 million in North America. We're still waiting on updated international numbers. The mixed reviews for the movie have done it no favors. Only stands at 49% on Rotten Tomatoes and a B cinema score. In an interview with Esquire, filmmaker Julius Ona shared a response to those. All I'll say is that we were working very hard and are very passionate about the movie we made, he said. We told the story in a way that I feel very excited about and very satisfied with. Every single one of these movies received criticism, and maybe because it was so out there in terms of some of the conversation, people perceiving certain things, certainly, but I don't think that is the truth of the reality of it. He said, the really important thing for me is the experience the audience gets to have enjoying the story. Huh. Well, that was pretty cut and dry. But I don't know. Marvel's not near where it has been in times past. Hey, Keith, I just hopped over to the chat. Uh, let's see. Keith says Jensen Ackles, Alan Richardson, Brandon Sklenar. Yeah, that's all the ones that everybody's talking about. Have all mentioned they want the role. Let's see. Keith says, but Gunn do his own thing, which he's known to do, so who knows who he'll cast for his Batman. Exactly right. We got no clue. I've been hearing a lot about this Sklenar guy. I think he was in oh God. Um it was a spinoff of the Kevin Costner show. That shows how much I keep up with those things. 1880 something. Um anyway. Yeah, he was in that. A lot of people. Yeah, 1923. Thanks, Keith. Anyway, what is it? Yellowstone? Isn't that it? Yellowstone, 1923. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I got you, buddy. Not Selena. But anyway, yeah, Lennar. I think he would be. He's a good choice for that. Hopefully, they go that route. There's a lot of actors out there though. Like you said, I mean, Gunn is nobody really knew any of the people that I mean, yeah, they were actors, but they weren't huge actors. The Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, he pretty much did what he wanted to do. He put together a motley crew, and it worked so well. That's one thing that he's known for. I think he doesn't get enough credit for is his casting. I mean, he puts together an incredible cast, and that you know, you think back to when Guardians first come out. Unless you were a huge comic book nerd, you had no idea what Guardians was. Didn't have a clue. And he put that thing together and cast it extremely well. And it blew the top off the box office and become another Marvel hit. And the Guardians of the Galaxy became household names. And I mean, who's to say he's not going to do the same thing with Superman? Um, I know we weren't talking about Superman, but here we are. Anyway, it's kind of hard not to when you start talking about the DCU. There's so much that rides on this movie. If Superman doesn't do well, the DCU's pretty much sunk from the get go, and it's back to square one. So I mean, I couldn't imagine the pressure that's on this guy, and they're going to be picking it apart. I think there's a lot of people that have already built up to hate this movie before they seen one frame of it, just because they liked Man of Steel, or maybe if they didn't like Man of Steel, they liked Christopher Reeve's original Batman, and they want to be true to that. But I think, honestly, we know Gunn's track record. He makes good movies and he develops characters that you care about. And I honestly think that he's going to make a good Superman movie. I could be absolutely wrong. I could be completely full of shit right now and just talking out of my ass, but I really think he's going to do a good job. At least I hope he does. Because if he doesn't, the DCU is doomed right out of the gate. I mean, you think about let's see, Keith says if Superman fails in game numbers, which let's face it, that's what WB has been chasing the whole time. They might get scared and reboot again. It's very possible. It's extremely possible, Keith, that they'll do that. Time will tell. I think, honestly, though, I don't think it has to crack 1 billion. I think it needs to, but I'm not sure it has to. As long as it's a good, solid movie, it comes in close to 900 million. And I mean, it just, because you think about all these shit movies that DC had come out with and how you could watch the box office just jump off a fucking cliff with each new one coming towards the end. I think you have to win that confidence back. And I mean, I could be wrong. This movie could be fucking incredible, and it makes 2 billion. Who knows? We will know in July. But I honestly think it needs to come in between 8 and 900 million, and it's got to be solid. The fans have to love it. It's got to have a good critic score. We're talking maybe at least 90% or better on Rotten Tomatoes. And it's got to be loved overall just to win back some of the favor of the fans. And as you keep building, and it's got to lay a foundation to build off of. And if it does that, it'll be fine. If it doesn't, yeah, we're back to the drawing board, and things could get really ugly at the DCU. We're talking about James Gunn and Peter Safran getting fired. DC's already in a big enough mess. I think James Gunn has a solid plan going forward. But anyway, what do you think about what are your thoughts on it? What do you think about the Captain America Brave New World? Do you like the movie? Yeah, Marvel's in a weird place right now. We all know it. They haven't had a great through line. It seems like they were throwing shit at the wall to kind of see what stuck and then moving off of that. It's really here in the last little while, it started to come together and take shape as to what we're actually moving towards. I mean, Shang-Chi, solid movie. I mean, it was solid. Um, the last the last Guardians was really good. Uh, yeah, Keith says Marvel is chasing their own past success too. Exactly right. But it's their own fault. They haven't been able to keep that success. And I mean, that you could throw some of that on JPEG. He was like, movies, movies, movies. I want 100 series on Disney Plus. And I mean, yeah, you kind of diluted the brand, but if all of them would have been good, we'd have been jumping up and down, cut cartwheels, and dancing in the fucking streets. But I mean, they were taxed. They had a lot going on. Everybody was just pushed to their max, and they put out some duds. I mean, some of those movies are not good. I mean, but if they had been, if all those movies and series would have just been bangers, every last one of them, yeah, we wouldn't be having this conversation about Marvel. I mean, they would still be riding that high, you know. So I put a lot of it on all of them, and Feige included. I mean, he didn't follow through with these things. I understand he was stretched. He's one man, but that's why you've got to have other people under you that you trust completely. Just like he's recently, I don't know if you knew this, but he's recently kind of brought on the Russos to help develop a story for the X-Men going after. I mean, not only are they're heading up the last two. The next two Avengers movies. They're also coming in and staying with Marvel for a while to kind of help guide through the X-Men. And he needs people like that. I mean, you can't just do whatever. I mean, he's used up all his I don't even know what the word is I'm looking for. He's whatever it had that he had with the fans. He's used it up. These next, especially Avengers. I, if Thunderbolts isn't fantastic, we're in trouble. I'll be honest with you because we'll go through the same thing that we went through with DC. You'll just start see these movies um, jump off a fucking cliff, basically. Hopefully, it doesn't come to that. I really hope it doesn't. Um, I feel like Thunderbolts is going to be good. I'm excited for it. When they first talked about these movies, I was the most excited about Captain America Brave New World. And then I seen the teaser to it, and I was like, well, okay, it might be all right. And then I seen the teaser to Thunderbolts, and it just blew me away. And then when I finally seen a full trailer to Thunderbolts, I was like, holy shit. I'll be honest with you, I'm more excited for Thunderbolts than I am Fantastic Four later this year. I think that's the big hit for Marvel. I don't think it's going to gross as much as Fantastic Four just because the property that it is, and nobody outside the comic book world really knows what the Thunderbolts are. But yeah, I think it's going to be the big winner this year for Marvel. I hope it is because I'm psyched for this movie. Anyway, we've got one more story here that we're going to get into. Let me jump back over here for just a second. Oh, look at these guys! More DCU news. Let's see. So, we should have some huge news coming out tomorrow. At the earliest. They had a private press event just a couple of days ago. Those details are sketchy. We're hearing from a number of sources that some major DCU related news is going to hit at some point next week, possibly even Monday. Apparently, a private press event is taking place at DC Studios today, which was Friday. Online scoopers are currently scrambling to find out more, but it sounds like this is something that WB/DC is determined to keep under wraps for the time being. The news could involve any number of future film or TV announcements, but thanks to the photo James Gunn shared on social media yesterday, which would have been Thursday, there's speculation that it might have something to do with Zack Snyder taking the helm of upcoming project. Whatever it is, the fact that a hush hush press event is being held does indicate that the news will be fairly substantial. We'll be sure to keep you updated. For now, you can check out an impressive new fan poster for Superman featuring David Cornsweet's Man of Steel. This is coming from comicbookmovie.com. Of course, you see the picture. I don't think that's coincidence at all. I honestly think that what is this about? Oh, you're just now saying this? Yeah. Exactly. That's kind of where I was at. I was like, holy shit. I seen this on Instagram Thursday. I was like, oh wow. Okay. We're going there. And then I heard about the press conference Friday. So yeah, we got these two guys pictured together, hanging out. He's been telling everybody, Zach's my buddy. We're friends. I don't think they just got together to hang out for shits and giggles. I really don't. I think it was absolutely to bring him in to talk about a movie. and him possibly, I mean, it was twofold. Yes, he wanted that picture to kind of quiet down the Snyder Bros because they've been hating on the new Superman movie so bad. But also, I think they brought him in to talk about an upcoming project. Now, you can speculate all day long. Honestly, for his style, I would say the Authority. They're not well known. Um, the way he shoots action and the darker elements, which is the Authority, I think would do really well. I I honestly believe that's what he's going to do. He's gonna be the director of the Authority in the DCU. So I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. I could be totally wrong. What are your thoughts? Drop those in chat. Let's see. Keith says this feels like a mercy offering for the Snyderverse fans. Yeah, no doubt. Mercy, mercy, huh? Yeah, no doubt. Oh, they can bring a lot to boot. I mean, these guys are a force. Yeah, Snyder. If they ever turn on him, God help him. They'll hang him from the fucking rafters. But anyway, yeah, I mean, that's just my thoughts. Leave yours in chat and I'll get back to you. Yeah, let's see. Good morning to you. Let's say Paulo Guttenberg. You're from Brazil. Well, good morning. Uh, another Blue Ghost. What the fuck? Comic books. Author of Blue Ghost. Oh man, yeah. Okay, outstanding. I love what you're doing with those books, man. Excuse me. I gotta put my eyes on where I can read the chat. Yeah, good morning. Yeah, man, I love what you do with those books. They're absolutely incredible. Thanks for jumping on in chat. Um, if you've been paying attention, what do you think? What do you think Zack Snyder's going to be working on uh, for DC? Or if you don't give a shit, that's fine too. Um, but anyway, yeah, you guys check out Paulo's books, Blue Ghost. Um, check him out on Instagram. Check Keith out on Instagram. He's got Skylights coming soon. Um, Keith, are you getting close, man? Give me some breaking news this morning. Just off the where you think you are. Can you predict when we might see a come to Indiegogo? Keith's going to be quiet this morning. Anyway, that's just about it, you guys. Thanks for joining in chat. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. I hope you enjoyed the show. Guys, I hope you've had a great weekend and continue to do so. Have a blessed one. Talk to you guys next time. For comics and sweet tea. Hold on. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Help us grow this thing out. Share the channel. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell everybody. We're just trying to grow this thing out. Anyway, you guys have a blessed one. That's it for me, and that's the show, you guys. Till next time. Hey guys, you want to support the channel? Be sure and drop a like. Put those comments down in there. I'd love to talk with you guys. Like to make this a community. Other ways to support the channel, hey, go to my website at jerrycooleyart.com. That's www.jerrycooleyart.com. jerrycooley77.com. You can pick up my comics, t-shirts, prints, all kinds of stuff. Be sure and go on there and check that stuff out if you're interested in any of my work. You can also follow me on Instagram at jerrycooley77 and also at Blue Sky to see what I'm up to as far as comics. Hey, love to see you there. Jump on, give me a follow on all those socials. Thanks for watching the show. Till next time, you guys, have a blessed one.